I love old school strategy guides and player's guides for video games, and I collect them because I like looking at them. I don't really care about the value, but I'm always on the hunt for these types of things. I found them at swap meets, yard sales for reasonable prices, and I wanted to take a look at something today. Not specifically this stuff. I brought these out just as a comparison type of thing to what we're going to be looking at, which I have over here. I'm going to bring that out in a second, but yeah, I love this stuff. I love thumbing through them, looking at them. I used to always buy strategy guides back in the day, but I don't remember ever really using them as like, okay, let me go from page 1 and, follow along playing the game. I usually would refer to them for like secrets or go back like after I beat a game, stuff like that. Role-playing games, like Square stuff. I have a bunch of guides for those old school games, and I always like looking at stats and stuff like that. But yeah, I just love this stuff. No matter what you're using strategy guides for currently or before, it doesn't really matter. It's just something like, I don't collect like too much in the way of retro games anymore, but this is one thing I don't think I'll ever let go of, is collecting old strategy guides and magazines. I just love that kind of stuff. I love looking at it, love having it physically in my hands type of thing. I don't feel there's any real replacement for that. These are like most likely available on like the Internet Archive as like a scan or whatever to look at. But yeah, so take a look at that. I thought that was interesting. Half price books, $7.98. That's a pretty good deal. I know this one doesn't sell for a lot of money, so I don't really care about the value, but I look for them all the time. And this is one of the cheaper Zelda books. Super Metroid, this one goes for a little bit more money. I think, I'm not sure the exact price, what people are charging for them, but love this one as well. All these old school Nintendo Power player's guides or whatever. You would get them like, if you resubscribed, you would get one for free usually with Nintendo Power. But this one, it's a little damaged. There's some tape on there. It adds to the character. I don't really care. But yep, love this stuff, man. And one I did a video on a long while back was the Earthbound Player's Guide. Those sell for a lot of freaking money. And if you watch that video, you would know instantly that this is a bootleg. This is a Soldier Boyed Up strategy guide, player's guide. I think that's kind of funny, right? Like, I never thought I'd see the day that people were bootlegging player's guides, but hey, there's a demand for it, and Earthbound's an extremely, expensive title, and the book goes for a lot of money. And I remember seeing this randomly on eBay one time, and I was like, what the heck is this? Let me check this out. So I took the risk, and I, thought it was kind of neat to have. It's, almost one-to-one. Obviously, print quality is not quite the same as an original, nowhere near. They even have the little cards in the back, and they're perforated, but obviously not scratch and sniff. But yeah, like, the font, text, the colors aren't going to be as vibrant as an original. So I wouldn't say a replacement, just kind of a neat novelty. And this is one like Earthbound, I've put it out there like plenty of times. Like if you want the Earthbound Player's Guide, you could download the PDF directly from Nintendo. They put it out there. It's available to you. I just prefer to have something physical. And this is one that's out of reach as far as money goes. So I was like, I'll take a look. I'll get the bootleg, right? Which leads me to this. I was looking for some more Zelda books, specifically Link's Awakening, and I started searching for them. And I know if I was patient, maybe I would find one at a yard sale or a swap meet or something. But I think some of them, have become a little harder to find. And I was looking, this one, the original, was going for a lot of money. And I'm like, damn, what's going on? Then I stumbled across this. I was like, what is this, man? This is also, like, this is an illegal book right here, man. What are we talking about? This is not official. This is a bootleg reprinting or reproduction. Like Nintendo didn't print this. Some random dude on eBay did. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to risk it. We can at least get to take a look at it in a video. So here we are. I got the Link's Awakening one and the Link to the Past one. Both of these, the originals, go for a little bit of money. These are a little pricey too, but they're hardbound books. And I was like, let's take a look. Let's see what this dude is doing. So I know there's companies you can get books printed, hardbound books, but how many of them would just, I don't know. I have never really looked into it, but for a company to just be like, hey, we'll print a Nintendo, book for you, and you can sell it on eBay. This guy sells a bunch of different ones of these for various games, including Earthbound. He has hardbound one of this too. But I just kind of find that unusual, right? But I'm sure this is just pulled from the Internet Archive, somebody scanned copy and then just printed. But let's just take a quick look through this, see the quality, kind of compare it to an original in a second here. But yeah, this is the Game Boy game. And immediately, like, this is like the front cover. So that's cool. It's on there. No, it's right there. But then as soon as you get in here, I could read all this, but definitely it being translated to this print, it's a little fuzzy. You know, the source of it was probably like that. So you're going to get like whatever imperfections. Like, yeah, I see that there. So whoever's book this was like copied from had like a tear or a bend in that page. So all that's going to translate to this. And this page, like, really, like the quality's, I don't know. Like, let's go through this a little more. This looks a little sharper, but the quality's definitely not the same as an original, but it's, you know, reproducing from the original. It's readable. It could serve its purpose if you actually want to look through this. Here's the map. That's nice. That's nice. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I think if you're really into collecting this stuff, and I am to a degree, like, I really love this stuff. Do I still want to get the original? Yeah, I think I do. Like, this isn't a replacement for owning the original if you know, care about the authenticity of it. But if you want something to just thumb through and not pay a crazy price, I mean, I guess. Okay, what the hell is that? There's like a little QR thing back there. Made in USA Money, Illinois, January. Interesting. This guy that sold this to me, I believe he was in California. So whatever company's printing this, they're out of Illinois there. A little UPC or barcode. Not for resale. Okay, let's take a quick look through the Link to the Past one. So Noah, it doesn't have this page printed in here, but yeah, there's the index. And the same thing. It's looking a little fuzzy, a little blurry. Like, look at some of these images. They don't look great. Like, I think this one's a little more passable than this one, because that's just a Game Boy game. But yeah, you know, just the source that it came from, it's fine, but not a replacement. Like, you know, look at that. Like, and then you look at an original. Like, I don't have the original of the Zelda one, but how vibrant and, you know, crystal clear this stuff is compared to this reproduction. I mean, what do you expect, right? And these aren't glossy pages. They're kind of like satin. It doesn't, like, they don't feel like sandpaper. They're not horrible. Doesn't seem like the ink is gonna, you know, smear around or anything. It seems like the company, whoever put this together, printed it for this guy, did a decent job. Just the source being reproduced, scanned, and transferred to this doesn't look the greatest. But yeah, what do you guys think, man? I mean, I risked it for the biscuit here to check these out. I don't think they're really replacements for the originals, but I'm going to put them on my shelf. Why the hell not? Thumb through them every once in a while. Maybe I'll refer to them playing the game or something. But yeah, I mean, I love this stuff, and I just wanted to check these out. I just think it's odd that people are doing this. But hey, it doesn't surprise me, I guess. It shouldn't. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Bye.